What's up? I am Hope, and this is Hope is Speaking, a space for real talk, growth, and motivation to keep going because life can be hard. But that's why there's hope, which is me. And today's video is about something that I think we all battle with from time to time, and it's self doubt. And the truth is, self doubt is lying. If you are following me on TikTok, I posted a video about people lying. One of those people is self doubt. Self doubt is lying to you. It always has and always will. And this video is about the moment I realized self doubt is lying to me. It's the ultimate liar. People always say, I don't like liars. No one, who enjoys a liar? Who says, you know what? That person lies all the time and I love it. It's such a charming characteristic. No one says that ever. But the moment that you realize that self-doubt is lying to you, but it's lying to you to keep you safe, that's the moment you grow. And this reminds me of the time where I was about to give my TED Talk and I had started my journey of speaking. I was so excited, but then that self-doubt said, but I don't know if you should be too excited, Hope. And I was like, of course I should be excited. It's me. And the self-doubt was like, no, Hope, I don't know. This ain't for you. I was like, of course, I've dreamed about this. I superimposed a picture of me on a TED background and put it on my left bedside table. But Hope, can you really do it? Of course I can do it. No, you can't. It's enough. And what self-doubt is doing is keeping you small and safe because of the fear of the unknown. That fear of the unknown is powerful. I don't know if it will work, but more often, if it works, then what? If I'm successful, then what? Will the people who are in my life, will they still want to be in my life? Will those friends still see me as who I am, or will they see me as this big time person, or will they leave me behind because the fear is my success is bigger than them? You've never done this before. Why would you want to do something out of your comfort zone? How are you going to do this? What are you going to do after you do this? And these are all the questions that come up with that whole self-doubt, which really is there to keep you safe because it usually comes up when there's something that you've never done, some bridge that you've never crossed. It could be a new job. I don't know if you should go and apply. I don't know if that's for you. What about if you're rejected? What about if you're accepted and you're not good enough? All of those thoughts will come up because that self-doubt wants to protect you from any perceived threat, but it's lying to you. And it's lying to you because you were actually born to soar. You were born to accomplish. You were actually born to champion who you think you are now. So going back to my story about my TED Talk, it was in that moment that I realized, oh, this self-doubt is lying to me. It's trying to tell me that I can't be on that stage. It's trying to tell me that anyone else on that stage deserves to be there more than me. It's trying to tell me that maybe I'm not deserving of stepping on that stage, of sharing those words, of accomplishing that dream. And that's where the lie stopped for me because I had to realize, of course, I'm worthy of success. Of course, I'm worthy of standing on that stage. Of course, I'm worthy of being with every other person that was invited to speak because I was invited to speak. And that's what self-doubt wants you to do. Speak to it. Our words are so powerful that when we use them as the ammunition to kill off anything that isn't allowing us to be our boldest, most radical, most courageous self, you're just waiting to shrink back down to who you currently are. And sometimes a version of ourselves that is before who we currently are. So what do you do when you hear this self-talk? What I did, number one, as I spoke to it. You have to speak words of power and affirmation to yourself daily, especially when you are accomplishing something that seemed like a dream, that seemed unsurmountable, that seemed so big, so grand, so out of reach that you have to tell yourself, of course it's in reach for me because I called it in. I'm worthy of it. I am prepared. I am enough. I am courageous. I'm a great speaker. I'm a great mother. You fill it in, but you will have to speak to those words of doubt. You will have to speak to them constantly, repetitively, until you drown it out and all you hear are your words of power and your words of affirmation. So the moment I realized self-doubt is lying to me, I had to do three things. Number one, I had to speak to it immediately, which means I have to speak to myself. I have to give myself words of affirmation. I have to give myself words of power. I have to give myself words of confirmation. And I have to give myself the respect that I deserve for going to the next level. Because that's all it is. You're just ascending. You're going to that next level. Now, as we go to that next level, then there's step two. Understand, a part of you is going to walk away. It has to be put to rest. It has to die for that new version. That can be difficult. That can be difficult because everything in you wants to stay how you were. But when you dream big, when you aspire for something large, when you want something more, oh boy, you have to let go of who you thought you were to become this next thing. And that's why I said the first step is using your words, speaking words of power, of affirmation, of wisdom, of courage into yourself. Because that next step is, I don't want to change. I deserve to change. I deserve this new step. I deserve to let go of who I thought I was so I can make space for who I am becoming. And understand the resistance that comes with that is a part of it. Be gentle and kind with yourself, but know there's going to be a little resistance every time you release a past version of yourself to grow into something bigger, more, and that next version of yourself that deserves to be there. Finally, that third step. So you've spoke words of affirmation to yourself. You now know that there will be some resistance because you have to let go of who you thought you were to make space for who you are becoming. You will have to do that. And finally, I say this a lot when I speak, congratulate yourself. Because the lies that self-doubt are telling you is only to keep you small. It's only to keep you from growth. It's only to keep you from something. So once you speak those words of power, courage, wisdom, affirmation, you realize that there will be some resistance because you're growing into something new. The third step is to congratulate and recognize yourself. That is a big feat. Here's the other thing. Most will not do these steps because they will listen to those lies that self-doubt says to them as truth. You are unique. You will not. Unique? That's what you are. Beyonce. You are unique. So you have to congratulate yourself for the growth. You have to congratulate yourself for the journey. You have to congratulate yourself for deciding to be great. Being great, it's not that it's not easy, but it will take some adjusting and it will take you recognizing your greatness. So in this talk, I spoke about the moment that I realized self-doubt is lying to me to keep me small. I had to counteract it with these three things. Speaking to myself, speaking words of affirmation, speaking words of power, speaking words of wisdom, speaking words of courage, to speak down to that small version and that doubt. You got to pump yourself up. You're strong like bull. Next, understand that that version of you has to walk away. And there will be some resistance. That is okay. Recognize it, be easy and gentle with yourself, but know you are ascending to something greater. Part of you has to walk away to open the space for who you are becoming. And finally, congratulate yourself for growing. Congratulate yourself for challenging who you thought you were. Congratulate yourself. This journey called life keeps going, but recognize and congratulate yourself for allowing yourself to grow to greater heights. I hope this short message today has brought you some solace, has brought you power, has brought you hope, has brought you wisdom. And that is the point. I am Hope. This is Hope is Speaking. And share in the comments how words of affirmation have built you into who you are now. Share with me in the comments how words of affirmation, how words of strength, how words of courage have built you into who you are now. If you have not already subscribed to me here at Hope is Speaking, YouTube, subscribe to me here at Hope is Speaking. Follow me on TikTok at Hope is Speaking and also on Twitch at Hope is Speaking. I go live on Hope is Speaking YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And I'm excited to see your transformation because transformation is what it's about. It's so great. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. Can't you tell I love to do this? So I will see you in the next video. Leave a comment on how this has added to your life today and be great because what other way is there to be?